Tuesday, July 29th, 2025. I'm in Norwich, Connecticut, currently staring at what used to be the Grange on West Town Street in the Norwich town section of Norwich. Right there, it is no longer there. It was demolished, built in 1860. It was demolished July 25th, and I have a video of that. But today I'm going to take a drive to Oxoboxo Lake in Oakdale or Montville, Connecticut. And I'm waiting for my GPS to tell me what to do. I'm going to assume that I'm going to get on 395. But it's not saying anything, so I hope this is right. Normally the GPS talks or says things. Currently it's not making a sound.
Continue on the current road.
Okay. So anyways, Oxoboxo Lake in Montville, Connecticut, or Oakdale. I don't know if Oakdale's part of Montville. Not 100% sure how that works, whether they're separate towns. I do not know the answer to that question. If you do, let me know. I'm on 395 right now, south. And it's kind of hazy due to some more of that Canadian smoke that's been coming down from Canada, Quebec, and kind of just wafting over the New England, and large portions of the United States are being
proceed on I-395 south.
Large portions of the United States are being enveloped in Canadian smoke. It's not that healthy to breathe. There's a lot of fine particle content in the smoke that is apparently not very healthy to breathe for a sustained period of time, sustained periods of time. It's very hot today. It's mid-90s, very humid, kind of an uncomfortable day to be outside right now. You might want to wait till the evening. I mean, it's not like I'm doing a live broadcast, but we seem to be coming to a little bit of a slowdown here on 395. But okay, so I'm just going to take directions from the verbal prompts that my GPS gives me. I cannot remember the last time I've ever been to the Oxoboxo Lake area. It might be 30 years. I'll find out when I get there. It's not somewhere that I have no reason to go there. I don't know anybody that lives around there. So it's kind of it's something I wanted to do. I've had some requests from people to try to cover that if I could, and today seems like a good day to do that. Don't have to worry about rain. We got a couple of videos that I did recently. One of them was abruptly curtailed and shut down because of a very heavy rainstorm that initiated almost instantaneously. And the other day I did one where we had a lot of fine particles of fluid falling from the sky, otherwise known as drizzle. They're working on a bridge directly in front of us. All right, so I'm continuing. Now I could defy the GPS to make this into a longer, or just not longer, but a more back road situation. Right now, these highways and interstates are not the most attractive. I've covered them from here to New Haven, from here to Hartford and back, so if you are into that, you can look at it. I'm going to get off this exit, going against the advice of the GPS, and I think it's just going to, recalculate and bring me to Oxoboxo Lake through Montville.
In 1 mile, exit 1 is on the right.
All right, so I got a mile to go down the road here, and then I take an exit. That's going to bring me past, things like Home Depot is up there, Stop and Shop, CVS, a bunch of conventional everyday stores that are in every town in the country, probably. I mean, if people don't know Home Depot, it's ubiquitous. Wherever you go, it's there.
On the right, and then left turn.
All right, so this is telling me this wants me to keep going. They're going to try to redirect me back towards the highway, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go through Uncasville. All right, this is exit 5.
Next left, and then left turn.
Yeah, they're going to try to talk me back onto the highway. It's not going to happen. I'm going to take a right, defying the GPS once again, showing that man still controls machine. That's before AI, artificial intelligence, matures to the point where that could change. But that's a few years away, so we're not going to worry about that right now. Looks like they're doing some paving. Yeah, the road ahead of me. Last time I was down here, it was I guess there was some preparations going on. I didn't know they were going to be paving the whole road there, but that's a welcome development. All right, we got a bump right there. All right, so we'll thread the needle between these modern they're a modern version of the
Proceed about 2
cones.
miles to Raymondville Road.
Okay, so I'm 2 miles, I hit Raymond Hill Road, so that's what I'm looking for. Some back road action. To the right again, Home Depot, all these stores, tons of stores up there. There's a bar up there. There's CVS to the left. Some people, pet peeve. People do not use their signals, and some people, and that's dangerous. Public service announcement. Please, if you drive, use your signal in every single case where you're making a turn. And I have to avoid these manhole covers that are sticking up a couple inches, but this is going to be phenomenal when it's done. I can't wait for this. T&M Auto Body and Sales to my right. They've been there for a long time. So this is Norwich, New London Turnpike. I gotta really keep my eyes open for this. These manhole covers. I don't want to do any damage to my car, but they're sticking up right there on the left. They're sticking up significantly. So definitely, I'll find an alternative way to. Whoa, this one's gonna be tricky. That's up about 3 or 4 inches. That's dangerous. But this is going to be all taken care of within a day or two. I'd say this is going to be done. St. Bernard's High School on my left. Let me see if I can make this green light. Good. Wow, this thing keeps going and going. So yeah, this road repaving is a bigger job than I thought. Catch these guys on the right picking up cones. We're going to turn up on Raymond Hill Road. Whoa. Slow down for this manhole cover.
In half of a mile, right turn onto Raymondville Road.
I got to transition onto the new pavement. You're probably going to hear a lot of crunching sounds from that asphalt if the mic picks it up. Okay, now I'm on buttery smooth, brand new pavement. And it feels really, really nice. I mean, this is going to be, wow. So down here it's done. I mean, they don't have the lines painted, but...
Next right.
Okay, so next right up. Let me get this, yeah, Raymond Hill Road. Another transition here. Big bump.
Proceed about 2 miles to Raymondville Road.
Drive-in theater to my left. It's being... There's something going on. I don't know if they're... I mean, the screen is still up, which is odd. I mean, unless they're going to keep the drive-in. And wow, it seems like they're almost making a new... I don't know what's going on down there. If they brought the drive-in back, that would be fantastic. You know, kind of a retro... I mean, one screen, though. It's hard to believe that they would redo that giant area back there for one screen, but anything's possible. If anybody knows the answer to that question as to whether they're bringing the drive-in back, and that's with the restoration project or whatever they're doing back there, drop me a line. I'm curious about that. As we drive down Raymond Hill Road, it's smoking hot out there. 94 degrees. As we peacefully cruise down Raymond Hill Road. Speed limit's 30 miles per hour. Interesting. School bus stop ahead. So you gotta tread lightly out here. The roads aren't too narrow. They're, there's more than enough room to navigate and maneuver as you drive around. The roads are in superb condition. That's like a thing with modern day life in 2025. Almost all the roads that you drive on, it's rare that you drive down a road with potholes. And back in the 70s when I started, driving around certain areas and going into, I remember going, I think it was past Beach Pond or something, towards... parts of Rhode Island, the roads were just horrific. Or maybe that was Patchogue or Beach Pond, one of the roads out there. All right, so I turn in 0.4 miles on our quest.
In a quarter of a mile, slight right turn onto Raymondville Road.
In our quest to go to Oxoboxo Lake. Now, I'm on Raymond Hill Road, but this thing's telling me to take a slight right onto Raymond Hill Road. So Raymond Hill Road, apparently. I'll have to see what that looks like up here.
Next light right.
Next light right. Okay, there's a sign. Well, it's not really a White Oak Preserve. There's a sign on the left.
About 1 mile to Meeting House Lane.
All right, so I mean the road, I don't know why, well, GPS, you never know what they're going to do, but I mean the road just basically continues. There wasn't anything, there wasn't a stop sign or anything like that there. You just continue down. Several homes over here on my left, probably built in the, I would say, 60s, 70s, 80s, I'm guessing, based on the architectural footprint, the overall design. And more houses out here to the right, so it's becoming a little bit more populated. Got about half a mile till we turn. I don't know if you can make it out, but the sky, rather than being blue, is more of a gray-ish because of that, you know, the Canadian smoke I was mentioning earlier that's converging on the United States right now.
Onto Meeting House Lane.
All right, so 0.2 miles. We're going to hit Meeting House Lane.
Next left.
Beautiful old New England style church right there. Next left. Okay, you know, I've been up here. That looks familiar. So when I turn ever so slightly, I hope you get a good look at that church right there. It's beautiful. I don't know if it's a working, functioning church. I don't know if it's active. Couldn't see any signs indicating any names or anything on it, but
In half of a mile, right turn onto Simpson Lane.
all right, so I'm heading to Simpson Lane right now. Camp Oakdale back there to my right. If I have a chance, I was going to turn around there. Let me see if I can turn around and take it. Well, you know what? Maybe later on, if I can remember, I'll go back and take a drive around Camp Oakdale. Or I could turn. Let me see if I can turn up here just briefly. What is this? Honeyworks LLC. I don't know what that is. Maybe they sell honey. I don't know. Let me take just a quick cruise around this Camp Oakdale, if I can. I don't know if I can, you know, what the story is. I've never been there before, but, you know, if somebody's going to check me in or you have to go through a checkpoint of some kind, I'll just turn around because the second they see a camera mounted on the front of my car,
In 4/10 of a mile, left turn
you got
onto
big problems. My GPS is going to be chatting with me here because of all the twists and turns I'm doing. Turning into Camp Oakdale. All right, what does it say here? Do not enter. Well, I'm not going to enter. It says do not enter. Well, there's parking back here. Let's take a look. Obviously, the parking lot is dead empty. It looks like there's fields, athletic fields, maybe soccer. But everything is fenced off. I can't really get around. Okay, basketball, soccer. Let's get a look at this field. I might bring back memories. for somebody that used to go here. There's a football field off in the distance there. Soccer, football. You know, what other games that they play? You know, lacrosse. I'm not sure, you know. But everything is kind of blocked off. I can't go beyond this point. This big giant boulder is blocking me off. But way in the distance there is appears to be a very nice brand new basketball field, court. And what are the fields there? There's another soccer field, and there's other, just a kind of a general large area there. There's another baseball field over there. So there's obviously a lot to do at Camp Oakdale. And let me see, another soccer field. You know, again, lacrosse, soccer, whatever games. You know, I don't know, rugby. I mean, who knows? Could be, you name it. They could potentially do it on those fields over there. But I'm going to get back, and we're going to head over to Oxoboxo Lake. Brief look at Camp Oakdale. See that? I'm using my signal. Can you hear that in the background? Now, there's nobody behind me. There's nobody in front of me. There's nobody anywhere. I'm all alone out here in the middle of nowhere. Still use the signal. You have to use it 100% of the time. Make it a habit. It's very important, in my opinion.
Onto Simpson Lane.
It's not my opinion. It's just the law, but people tend to ignore it, and it can be very dangerous. People turn. You have to anticipate that they're turning. That helps
Next right.
a lot. Okay, next right, 0.1 mile. So that's, all right, there's a stop sign. Good. Let's turn up this, road. Or lane, Simpson
Proceed
Lane.
about 4/10 of a mile to Oakdale Road.
4/10 of a mile to Oakdale Road.
In a quarter of a mile, right turn onto Oakdale Road.
All right, there's a dog park. There's tennis courts, beautiful tennis courts. Dog park is on the right. Oh, there's only one vehicle there. Okay, that's part of Camp Oakdale. So that's another entrance.
Next right.
More parking.
And then left turn.
Wow, next right. Okay, so straight ahead, part of Camp Oakdale. Gotta keep my eyes open. This car's flying up the road here. Got my signal on. Whoa, another car. It's hard to see. I'm looking around a corner. You can't see it, but it's a hill. So I can barely see what's happening. There's a farmer's market today.
Next
Down there. All right, next left. When they say next left, I hope it wasn't the left back there, but if so, I'm going to turn around.
In half of a mile, make a legal U-turn.
Okay, so it was back there. All right, I'm going to turn. I'm not going to do a legal U-turn. I'm going to do a conventional, everyday turn that people do on roads when they want to turn around. So we missed that little. It was so quick. What is this? Army Navy Teen Battle, Cornerstone Baptist Church. Okay, next right. I got to keep my eyes open. This one really creeps up on you. Okay, Oxoboxo Dam Road. So we're in Oxoboxo, there it is. Camp Oakdale
Proceed about 1 mile
Pavilion,
to your
Lang
destination.
Pavilion. Camp Oakdale Lang Pavilion. Over there's some kind of a farmer's market. So I'm basically at my destination soon, but I just put in an address in general to get me to the Oxoboxo Lake area. So I got to keep my eyes open and look for a lake. What is this? Camp Oakdale Small Pavilion. So this Camp Oakdale thing is huge. mean, there's parking and stuff all over the place around here. To my left is a big, giant parking lot. I don't know. I assume it's part of Camp Oakdale. So, Oxoboxo Dam Road. That's where we are. Right now. In Connecticut. .7 miles we have. That probably puts me at my destination, which again doesn't matter that much because that was just a random address I threw in there to get me to what I would assume would be that lake area. So this road right here, Oxoboxo Dam Road, is much narrower, very windy, a lot of curves, a lot of twists and turns, and it's wooded. I mean, I look to my left, I see nothing but woods.
In a quarter of a mile, your destination is ahead on the left.
I see nothing but woods as far as the eye can see. And there are some areas where like a off-road vehicle could, traverse, but they're blocked off right now with big metal gates back there.
Your destination is ahead on the left.
Okay, Oxoboxo. All right, I'm just looking around here. Oxoboxo Hill Rod and Gun Club. So there's a gun club out here. Rod and Gun Club.
You have arrived at your destination.
Okay.
The route guidance is now finished.
All right, we're done. Whatever. My destination is somewhere around here. But that's okay. So I'm in the general vicinity. I'm going to drive around now looking for the lake. Wouldn't it be something if I never found a body of water? That would be unfortunate, but I'm going to do it. I got other weapons at my disposal here. I can look things up and all right, let me see my GPS map. It actually has me heading towards a large body of water. That's good news. It's got to be Oxoboxo Lake. All right, looks like a huge dam in front of me. There it is. See that thing right up there? That's a dam. And that is Oxoboxo Lake beyond that hill, right? That dam, right over that dam. Now, can I get a look at the lake? I got to look at my GPS. I seem to be heading slightly away from the lake. I'm going to try to figure out a way. I mean, it could, this could be a situation where private property kind of really stops me from seeing the actual lake. But I'm keeping my eyes on that GPS. I mean, it's super narrow out here. We're way out. We're way out in the I would say a extremely heavily wooded area. And I see dirt roads leading to maybe to the lake. I don't know. But I certainly am not going to drive up one of those long dirt roads with this car. It's a conventional motor vehicle I'm driving in here right now, and I don't want to. All right, okay, stop sign. I'm going to take a right because that kind of goes towards that lake. So we covered all of Oxoboxo Dam Road. And I think I'm heading in the direction. Guys, I'm feeling in the dark here. I'm trying to get a look at that lake, so I'm going to take it slow. Old Colchester Road. That's where I am right now. There's a sign up here. What is this? Can I turn in here? Is this somebody's house? What is this thing? It's somebody's house. I don't want to do that. Okay, the next right, if I have a chance, I'm going to take it. Okay, right here, I think. That could be somebody's house. Lena's Road. I mean, it says road. Lena's Road. Ooh. This is another one of these situations that wow, I'm not going to be able to turn around. Well, let's see what happens. This will be interesting. If it gets too ugly, I'm going to have to back out of here. There's nowhere to turn around, but I am heading towards the lake, or a body of water that I assume is Oxoboxo Lake. Now, if there's a car coming in the other direction, that's going to be a big problem. I mean, these trees, there is no way you can pull over. Okay, I see water up ahead. I don't know if I can get to it. This is potentially private property, but I just want to get one glance. Yeah, there's lily pads, boats, water. Let me keep going. I mean, I'm on a road that is, you know, just no pavement whatsoever. And I don't think I'm going to be able to turn. Well, we'll get a look at the lake. There it is, directly ahead of us. Right there. The beautiful Oxoboxo Lake, I believe, but I got to turn around. I can't waste too much time. I got to turn around. We'll get a real good look at the lake right here. This is as good as I can get. Right here. I mean, I am on private property. Freeze the frame and explore and look at every pixel on that picture right there. There's little beach areas and stuff. I think they're obviously private, you know, owned. People that own this home or property in front of us obviously own that beach. But it's beautiful. I mean, you know, you're really out in the middle of the woods, the end of a dirt road on a beach. Nobody's going to bother you. This house to the left, I believe, is also waterfront property. As we head back into the very dense forest on this, this is Lena's Drive. I mean, it's beautiful. It's, you know, I mean, picturesque, visually very appealing. But I tend to shy away from dirt roads if I can with this car. This is a large, conventional car. If I had an SUV or Jeep or, you know, some kind of a Land Rover, I wouldn't care. I'm going over a little bridge right here. It's a small stream. All right, let me take a right. So now we're just, you know, we're kind of freewheeling, freestyle driving around here. Okay, the lake house to my right, no trespassing, so we're not going to trespass. And I'll drive around, see if I can get to any other views of the lake. I don't know. I'm kind of keeping an eye on the map. We're on Old Colchester Road. And people, I mean, it's speed limit of 30 miles per hour on this road. People, from what I can see, have a tendency to really exceed that number. Let's put it that way. All right, there's a road coming up here that leads to the lake. I hope it isn't a dirt road. This thing right here. Laurel Point Drive. Let's engage in an adventure down this road and see what kind of views we can get, if any. I mean, this thing could come to an abrupt end. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, I see the lake to my left. And I gotta be careful, because if somebody comes whipping around this corner, I'm gonna have a big, giant problem. Whoa. Some bumps in the road back there. This is, I've never been here in my life on this particular road. Now this could end, and it looks like it does end right there. So we're not going to be able to get a look at things. That's a really cool house. So the road comes to an abrupt end. I personally can see the lake. You're not going to be able to, because I can't get up there high enough, and if I did, it's, again, private property. I just don't want to, you know, I mean, it's owned by somebody that doesn't want people just driving around their backyard with a camera on their car getting a look at a lake. It's just not a good idea. But I'm gonna work my way slowly out of here. Oh, there's something for sale. Let me see. Wow, waterfront property for sale directly on the lake. I didn't catch if it was, you know, like a summer cottage. I wasn't able to get that good of a look at it, but definitely waterfront property for sure. All right, let's get back. That's Laurel Point Drive. Get back out on this main road. Okay, well, there's the lake right in front of us. To the right-hand side. Now, I wonder if there's an area that I can drive over to get better views. I don't know. So we're kind of passing over the lake. There was a little bridge back there. The part of the lake extends to the left. Okay, we're heading away. So I'm going to try. What is this? Oxoboxo Cross Road. It's another one of these small, okay, Lake Drive. Here's a cool, what is this? Lake Drive. I mean, that word lake tells me that maybe we could get some views. Or maybe not. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I should go left, right. It's hard to, I'm totally unfamiliar with the area, but okay, what's Short Road is the name of this one. Okay, I'm on Lake Drive, and there's a sign over there that says Short Road. There's a lot of little roads all over the place around here. Beach Lane. So yeah, we're in the heart of, what is this, Bluff Road. I may as well take Bluff Road, because that other road just goes to home and stops, I think. Let me look. Hard to tell. Don't know if you can get a glimpse, but there's right over that hill directly in front of us is that Oxoboxo Lake. I don't know which way to go, because well, let's take a left, see what that does for us. I mean, the GPS is not doing much for me with regards to getting a view. I mean, I'm in the lake. I could throw a rock and it would land right in the lake. It's not far. Okay, let's see. So I'm going parallel to the lake. But this is going to bring me away from it, I think. Hang on a minute. Unless I take a a right that's a dead end, but it might give me a view. I mean, the lake is barely, it's just right, local traffic only. Yeah, I don't want to do that. When they say local traffic, they mean basically just the person that lives there. So I'm going to work my way back up this way. Again, this could be a situation where, you know, the people that own the property are directly up against the lake, which will prohibit me from now, if I can get into this thing, I mean, this looks like a private home. No, that's a private home with this, a great view, but I can't pull in there. I'm on Lake Drive right now again, so let me see here. This, I didn't go here. Now, this could end abruptly. I have no idea. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get through there, I don't think. Or maybe I can. I don't know if it's worth it to me. It's probably not worth it. So I got to back out of here. This is extremely difficult. I'm actually backing down a main road, but this, I don't have a choice. I'm out of here if I can find a place to turn around. Okay. Don't know if I could have got a view down there or not. I really don't. I really don't have any idea. Okay, stop sign. Let's reassess. There is a small road that goes right. What does that do for me? I mean, I can barely... I don't want to have to be backing up again. I'll try it. Okay, yeah, this does go. Let's see if we can get a glimpse. I have no idea. I mean, this is for sale. Well, there's a good view of Oxoboxo Lake right there. So we finally got the view that we want to get right there. This house is all around it. I just can't get, I mean, I'm on private property right now. I'm going to back out of here. And it's tight. I mean, oof. So we did get the good look at Oxoboxo Lake. That's great. Now, if I take a left, that could bring me down even more towards the lake. But again, this could end abruptly, quickly. Yeah, I'm just going to turn around. This is private property. So anyways, that's the best I can do as far as getting a look at that lake. That is the best that I can do. Hopefully I don't run anything over. I got to be unbelievably careful. There's a lot of obstacles and things back there. So I am doing a very, very tight maneuver. My tires are getting a good workout today. So we got the view that I think we needed to get. Now, I'm kind of an adventurous person sometimes with these drives. Let's go up the hill here. We didn't do this. Okay, that brings me to the road that I was on earlier. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to back out of here. So this is definitive. We get another look at the lake with me turning around. There's actually a car behind me. There's a good a view as we can get. We're high on a hill. Hopefully there's no more traffic. I mean, it's the first guy I've seen out here driving. And there's another one. So sometimes people travel in pairs. I mean, they're friends and, There's a house right smack on Oxoboxo Lake, for sale, Key Real Estate. That would be fun to own that thing. Where the heck do I go? I think I take a right. I mean, you kind of lose your bearings a little bit. I mean, unless you live down here. And I don't. It's a little tricky. All right. I'm going to take those two really good views we got back there as a win and try to figure out how to get out of here back onto the main road. So the mission was to get some views of Oxoboxo Lake. We achieved that. And it's game over as far as I'm concerned. Let me take a look at this road. Now, if I went right, you know what? It's just too many unknowns. So I'm gonna work my way back to Norwich, and I'll just keep recording. I mean, it's the video is rolling, and I may as well record my journey back to Norwich. So I did what I wanted to do. Hopefully people that are interested in Oxoboxo Lake got a good look at it. I'm back on Old Colchester Road. And when I can slow down a little bit here, I'm gonna... Alright, what's this? Not sure. This is tricky down here. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to go left or right. The road, there's a fork in the road. Okay, so this is still Old Colchester Road, so that's the right choice, taking that right at the fork. But I want to delete my destination. Let's say here. Destination, delete destination, yes. Alright, so the GPS was very helpful. I couldn't have got there without it today. And more twists and turns. And a stop sign. That's going to put us on Norwich Road. Wow. Did not expect that. Did not expect to be coming out onto Norwich Road. Basically Salem Turnpike. All right, let me go up this. I gotta be careful. Let me see here. I am going to take a different route back to Norwich. Just not to get crazy and extend the video or anything. But I'm driving around. I know where I am. If I keep going straight, I'm going to hit Walmart in Norwich. I don't want to... I've done this road a million times with these videos. So I want to do something a little bit different. to work my way back. I'll take a right up here. If anybody remembers Ed's Recap Tires, it's that building right there, right in front of us right now, for sale. Ed used to, still the bays are there. Wow, Ed's Country Sales still going strong. I don't know if they recap tires there still, but you know, back in the, I don't know, 60s, 70s, whenever, you would go down there, they would take tires, your tires, or you can buy recapped tires. They had some kind of a machine or multiple machines in there that remelted and made brand new tires out of, you know, tires that were kind of worn out. So I guess they added more rubber or what, you know, whatever substance that they used to create the brand new tires. I don't think they lasted as long as, I mean, that's something that's, I haven't heard in years. I think it's no longer, I don't know for a fact if it's no longer utilized as a technology, but I haven't heard anybody mention recap tires recently. When I say recently, I mean like in the last 25, 30 years, let's put it that way. So I'm assuming it's no longer something that's out there. I'm on Raymond Hill Road again. I'm heading towards, well, we'll find out. Let's find out where this thing puts us. But I'm going to be heading back to Norwich. And we'll just absorb this extra footage as we cruise along. A lot of neighborhoods, a lot of houses out in the country in this location. I mean, if I run into any interesting points of interest, maybe I'll take a look. But yeah, the sky is not blue. It's gray. I mean, I'm not sure how that's presenting itself on the video. I'm just, you know, to the naked eye, there is a haze from that smoke. All right, this is kind of an open fields over here. I don't know if it's a working farm or golf course. I don't know what it is, but it's beautiful wall. I mean, that was a job. Whoever built that wall to the right. What is this? It's just that could be a private residence. I mean, so many acres, and it's all mowed or it's all cleared. Very old cemetery to my left back there. Okay, there's a farm, a small farm to my left on Raymond Hill Road. All right, what is this? Bashon. Oh, no. No, I'm sorry. Raymond Hill Road. Okay, so we're going to continue. There's cornfields to my left. Large acres and acres of corn. Big hill coming up. 9% grade. % grade right here. I will just say that you have to have really good brakes if you're going to do a hill like this. Now, okay, we're back Army Navy, so we were here before. So I'm going to keep going straight. This is the farmer's market. And I turned down Oxoboxo Dam Road. So we were here. Okay, this is different. I'm on Oakdale Road right now. Oxoboxo Brook. We just crossed over a little brook, Oxoboxo Brook. Let's see where this Oakdale Road brings us. This is an adventure because I don't know exactly where I'm going to end up right now. Eventually this is going to come out somewhere and connect with something. All right, I see stop sign up ahead. Let me get my bearings. Okay, there's signs up there. Meeting house. Okay, Montville, Uncasville. United States Post Office, Oakdale, Connecticut. I'm not sure. Not 100% sure which way to go. Take a right, cross over Fox Brook, over this bridge that was built in 2014, and keep my fingers crossed, and hopefully it brings us to a... Wow, there's an ancient cemetery back there to the left. So I'm on 163. Chesterfield Road to my right. If I took a right, that puts me on Chesterfield. I seem to be getting to a more populated area. Although I am not, again, I don't know where this is going to end up. I don't want to be driving in circles. There is a pond to my left. That could be... Let me see if I can turn in here. This appears to be private property, but I want to get a look at this. I believe, I can't stay here, but I believe that this is Wheeler's Pond. I'm guessing. I could be wrong. I used to fish in here with my father. This is going to be extremely difficult to back out of. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to back out. I'm going to turn around. This is private property. It's posted. I'm sure the people that live here do not want me here, but unfortunately, I don't have a choice. I gotta be pointing in the right direction here. If I back out, it's dangerous. Cars are driving too fast. All right, let's take a chance. Good. So we made it, but I think that's Wheeler's Pond. I could be wrong, but my father and I used to go fishing there. He used to take me fishing. You know, when I was old enough, I drove. We had a boat. We'd throw it in there. We'd go out and fish. We had a blast. We caught bass, pickerel. I mean, you name it. That place was pretty much guarantee. Okay, there's Yale Incorporated Junkyard. I got a guy right on my tail. I mean, phew, give me a break. I am going to pull over just because this guy on my tail is ludicrously close to me. What I would like to do is turn around, and I want to go down briefly. If I can, I want to get down briefly to that junkyard and get a look at that tower. You see that old antique, I'm assuming water tower. And I'm actually over another body of water. I don't know what it is. A small pond of some kind. Let me take a left onto Maple Avenue. All right, Maple Avenue. Trucks entering highway. So this is, again, I'm working my way out of here. Yale's recycling. They do all kind of... Is this a legit road or what? I mean, this is kind of... this could be leading to some business or something. I don't know. Wait a minute. P&H Construction Advanced Self-Storage up there. Okay, so yeah, this is Maple Avenue's. There's a way out of here. Let's put it that way. 3:05 p.m. As I drive around Montville, Connecticut. Whoa. All right, I gotta turn around. I gotta turn around. Oh, wait a minute, this is cool. I gotta turn around, gotta look at something, and then we'll head back down this way. A lot of twists and turns. No one can say I don't put this car through the paces. I mean, but I just want to get a quick look at the very interesting, industrial building. What does this say? Rand Whitney Container Board, right there in front of us. Let me get over in this parking lot to get a better view. This is an employee's parking lot, apparently. Anyways, let's get a view of that thing. Let me see if I can frame this thing up. Big cement. I don't know what they are, but they're, it almost looks like a silo. It's not a silo, but it's some form of machinery or whatever. All right, let's head back proceed on the road I was driving on a couple of minutes ago. It looked like kind of a industrial area right in front of us here. Maybe this is part of that company, or I don't know. I don't see a sign, but I have to assume this is leading me to a main road. Bridge Street to the left is closed to through traffic. Wow, they're putting a new bridge in. They have the whole thing torn out. That's a big job. Montville Public Works Office. All right. Montville High School or something back there. I just got a glance. I'm not sure, but... And on the left is the Montville Public Works. Okay, Montville Public Works, Animal Control. Down there. So... this has got to bring me in the direction of... Well, I'm on Maple Avenue. I think Maple Avenue is going to bring me out of here. So I can really jump on one of the roads I'm more familiar with and head back to Norwich. Milewski Drive, if I took a right. Let's see where this brings us. Looks like 395. If I go into this bridge, I'm going to assume it's 395 because this car is going 2 lanes going both ways. This road is in much better shape than some of those, back roads that I was driving on. I mean, the main roads obviously get the attention. And there's a church up here. What is the name of that church? I don't see a sign out there. But this appears to be bringing me to a light. Okay, now I know where I am. Take a left. This is going to bring me back to Norwich. Dot's Cafe to my left. I know exactly where I am. We just got off Maple Avenue. They're still doing work up on that hill. If anybody knows what that is, let me know. I'm back on Norwich, New London Turnpike right now. We're going over Oxoboxo Brook again. So that brook extends all the way down here. All right. Norwich, New London Turnpike definitely going to bring me back to Norwich. We'll keep the video rolling. Wow, McDonald's in Montville is shut down. There is an empty building back there that used to be McDonald's. I thought it was very popular. Apparently not. Something happened. They shut down. You don't see that too often. A lot of these McDonald's have been in the same location for decades and decades. Very interesting. .3:12 p.m. right now as I cruise back to Norwich, Connecticut. I'm going to go back to the Grange and I'll do one of my full circle. I'll end the video where I started on this blistering hot day that we saw Oxoboxo Lake. So, we got to go through that road work again. I got to be very mindful of all of the sewer. All right, let me get a gander. I mean, this section of road is absolutely no problem whatsoever. It's like glass. Okay, here we go. So now we're transitioning onto a much louder, rougher road where I got to look for those manhole covers. I got to keep my eyes peeled for those. And my assumption is you can hear the kind of the roar or rumble of this road. I'll try to get rid of some of that excess noise. In post, but I'll be glad when I'm off this particular section. The good news is we're going to have brand new roads on Norwich and London Turnpike, or at least this section of it, real soon, within a matter of days, so that's great. big manhole covers coming up, sticking up. But that's okay. As long as we... This is a tricky one right here. It's kind of like a little obstacle course. And we made it. There's another one up here. There's manhole covers and little, I think they're water main, access points or whatever. Yeah, this is where we get into the real action here as far as driving around those covers. Oh yeah, we got a nice buttery smooth road coming up here in a second. Right now. Notice the difference in sound? Ooh. That is gorgeous. They even have some of the lines painted over there. Okay, now I'm going to take 395 back. I want to get to that Grange. What used to be the Grange. That has been demolished, and they hauled off most of the debris. I believe there's some remnants of the foundation, and I'm sure they'll clean the area up meticulously, because they're putting a Dunkin' Donuts in there, a drive-through Dunkin' Donuts, replacing a historic building built in the 1800s, beloved by the community, and it is being replaced with a Dunkin' Donuts, which will be, very cheap construction and commercialized. Just they all look the same whenever you see them. It's like, okay, they're everywhere. The Grange, built in 1860, was a one-of-a-kind property that was utilized as a school, among many other things. They had square dancing. They had so many activities, different farmers and families would gather there. They had Boy Scouts, Girl Scout meetings. They just on and on and on and on. Tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands probably, if you counted them up in total, passed through there over the years. That was all erased in one day, July 25th, 2025, when they knocked the building down. That's a pathetic situation, as far as I'm concerned. There's no going back. The building's gone. I get it. It's over. Why am I dwelling on it? Well, there was an effort to try to save it that obviously came up a little short. I'm guessing it's kind of hard for a small group of local people, not that small, a group of local folks that try to save it, that you're going up against the Dunkin' Corporation or whoever. Let me pass this guy here. Or whoever, I don't know if Dunkin', if they're affiliated with an even larger company, but they tend to have lawyers and things that dwarf anything a group of local citizens trying to save a building can match. But anyways, that's where I'm going to end this video, where it started. As we drive on 395, Interstate 395 north, 3:19 p.m. Let's roll down the road. It's not much further. We got Canadian smoke still up there right now. No more blue skies. We have Uh-oh. Seems to be a slowdown. Now, if I get caught in a... I like to do one-take videos. If we get caught into some kind of a situation where I'm just going to be sitting in dead stop traffic, then I might not be able to make it back to the Grange. You know, without, I don't think you guys want to sit here for 20 minutes as I work my way up the road. Let me get a gander at what's going on up there. I mean, if we if it moves at a steady pace, it might not be that bad. I mean, I see cars moving. I've ran into situations recently heading south, kind of towards New Haven, where there was an accident, and bumper-to-bumper traffic extended for, you know, I don't know, 10 miles, an eternity. It just went on and on and on, as far as the eye could see. This I would characterize thus far as just a mild slowdown. I mean, I'm on a road I should be doing, you know, people do 80, 75. I mean, 65 is the speed limit, obviously. That's what's recommended. But, you know, people have a tendency to go faster than that. And right now we're doing 45 miles per hour, so I can't complain. So whatever's going on up ahead here can't be too restrictive. I don't think it's an accident. It's kind of a cool shot right there, that dump truck. Or, I'm sorry, cement mixer. Beautiful, brand new concrete mixing truck. Alright, things seem to be picking up a little bit here. I'm up to 57 miles per hour. I'm up to 60. Alright. So whatever it was, I don't have any evidence of an accident or anybody, you know, maybe a deer was run over. I don't see any evidence of that, so we'll just head down towards the Grange and then we'll shut this operation down. We'll just close up shop once we get to the Grange. I'll get another, you know, real panoramic view of that area. This wildfires up in Canada, it's really kind of, you know, it's kind of really hampering staying outside for any extended period of time without, I mean, you know, you have a tendency to get a sore throat. I mean, there's definite side effects from that smoke. And the fact that it's, you know, very, very warm. I mean, I haven't been outside. I've been driving around, obviously, but my thermometer on this car, which is, again, not the most accurate to me, I don't know, 99 degrees. So even if it isn't 99, it's in the upper 90s right now. It's kind of a stress test for my camera. I've done stress tests. I've done a couple of them this year. I went out when it was 100 degrees. And it passed with flying colors. I'm on West Town Street right now. Just to the left used to be the Grange. Wow, there's heavy machinery over there, and they're digging up, you know, parts of the bricks and things that fell into the foundation. So these guys aren't done. They're moving forward with that demolition and cleaning the area up project. As we wait for this red light to turn green, very patiently we sit here, and it should turn green right about now. I've done this light once or twice. All right, let's take a look at this Grange. The former beautiful Grange building. Historic property that's no longer here. I have several videos of the Grange. If you want to see what it looked like, I have videos of me walking around on more than one occasion. You can see what the Grange looked like. I could never get inside. Couldn't get permission. Just didn't work out. But there it is right there. Right there was a building. And they're taking everything away. It's really almost, I would say it's 90% done. That's the end of the video.